My name is Elliott Locke and I run a cosmetics brand pioneering a growing movement of dreadlocks called DREADS UK. I've had many jobs over the years. I've picked fruit on a traveller community growing up, lived in a van, toured the world as a lead vocalist in a 90s pop group and smashed some of the biggest stages on the underground jungle scene. I've even studied law, but no matter my vocation, my fascination with hair has stuck with me since an early age. With all my travels around the world and cultural experiences, I've traced the origin and spread of dreadlocks in their multiple birthplaces, including India, Egypt, Eastern Africa, and South America, following their journey through slavery to the Caribbean and as a cultural export to the Western world. With dreadlocks so shrouded in controversy, not everyone is happy about a white business owner profiting from a hairstyle traditionally recognised as black culture.
When you get dreadlocks as a white person, you are taking your privilege and you are flushing it all down the toilet.
An African-American woman tells a white man, "You shouldn't wear dreadlocks."
From the city streets of the homeless community to the holy men of faith, New Age travellers, warriors of Peru, and starting here in the UK.
Shakespeare uses both elf locks and elfin knots. Hair so tangled that something supernatural must have done that in the night.
We've shot interviews with the likes of world-famous hairdresser Trevor Sorby.
Everyone thinks that dreadlocks belong to Bob Marley. It goes back to, ancient Greece.
Jeremy Cunningham, bass player from the Levellers.
We were taking that kind of crass anarchist punk movement, and this is one of the external ways of expressing that.
And TV presenter and theologian Professor Robert Beckford.
Whether it was the Mau Mau, whether it was Rastafari, whether it's Asian spirituality, it's about being committed to a particular set of values: peace, justice, community. Blackness isn't just about the epidermis, it is about a commitment to a set of values. Dreadlocks are not just about the aesthetic, it's a commitment to who you are as a person, and that transcends race, transcends class.
My team and I were close to finishing this dream project when the world ground to an unexpected halt.
It was an announcement no British Prime Minister has made since the Second World War.
You must stay at home.
With the pressure cooker effect of a world on lockdown bringing emotions to a boil, it took one incident in Minneapolis to set the world alight. We suddenly realised that in an attempt to discover the roots of this hairstyle that is popularly regarded as black culture, we'd become guilty of telling a one-sided story ourselves. In an attempt to open our eyes to the wider issues, we approached Yomi Ayeni, an award-winning producer, author, record label owner, filmmaker and digital strategist. On our first Zoom interaction, he was quick to pick out the gaps in our story.
It's a really interesting story, but no disrespect. Part of this whole thing is based on a hairstyle that is synonymous with the black culture. And unless I'm a little bit mistaken, that you guys aren't particularly black.
No, we probably need to get some diversity.
Some amazing stuff. I love the depth that you've gone to. Roman times, being able to look at the Visigoths, the Vikings, the Great Unwashed, and how we got to the now is important, but the different variations of now are also important. So that it's not just the West perception of the hairstyle. You've got the religious view towards dreadlocks, the Caribbean attitude towards dreadlocks, the African attitude towards dreadlocks. For instance, in Africa, a lot of people with hair like this are seen as people who have mental health issues. If you drill down, you will find big differences. There are people who would be offended at the thought of hearing that my hairdresser actually cuts my hair. So these are some of the aspects that I believe you would never get a handle on. And where we are right now, the world is calling for transparency and balance. But I don't think it's balanced, and I can actually help you on that front.
Now with the balance readdressed, together we're on a mission to assess and hopefully tear down some of the societal barriers erected between races and religions in an attempt to discover the true origins of dreadlocks and their place in our ever-changing story of society. A story that will lead me to discover my own heritage is more complicated than I even knew.
Let's break this baby open.